Good morning. I'm Hassan Giordano, and this is your DMV Daily Dose for Monday, October 14th, 2019.
Good morning. Today is Indigenous Peoples Day, which honors the diverse cultures of the 573 native nations in the U.S. In my hometown of Seattle, the Muckleshoot Indian tribe commemorates this day by celebrating traditions that date back more than 10,000 years. Right now in Baltimore, it's 56 degrees Fahrenheit with fog. Today's forecast has mostly sunny weather, with a high of 76 degrees and a low of 51 degrees.
The best thing I've read this weekend was Maryland Matters' Frank DeFilippo's opinion piece, State House Spending Spree, where he explains how the Maryland General Assembly convenes in January, and Governor Larry Hogan will likely have before him, by its end, a $375 million program to resuscitate Baltimore's Pimlico neighborhood and prop up one form of gambling with another, as well as the $3.8 billion Kerwin education program, 2 proposed new bridges, and at least 2 new toll roads. And that's just for starters. He points to the state's operating budget, approaching $50 billion more or less, and its capital budget, the bricks and mortar spending program, which is a grab bag of pet projects. It's a great read for policy wonks and or political junkies such as myself. Now, the best thing I saw this weekend was 3rd District Councilman Ryan Dorsey get married to his sweetheart, Erin Fostel, in the front yard of their house. It's one of the strangest and most unique weddings I've ever witnessed, where people wore jeans, brought PB&J sandwiches to the potluck ceremony, and literally danced in the streets at the block party that followed. Our beloved Baltimore Ravens ran all over the Cincinnati Bengals 23-17 for a second straight division victory, putting us in the driver's seat in the AFC North by 2 games in front of the Steelers and the Browns. Justin Tucker became the fastest kicker to score 1,000 points in their career, while quarterback Lamar Jackson became the first player in the Super Bowl era to pass for over 200 yards and rush for another 150-plus yards. Next up for the Ravens will be the Seahawks, who defeated the Browns yesterday and who we will face in Seattle next Sunday with a 4:25 p.m. game time start. On a side note, former Raven wide receiver Anquan Boldin announced that he's retiring as a Baltimore Raven. Boldin, a 3-time Pro Bowler who currently ranks 14th on the all-time receiving yards list with 13,779 yards caught, who played 7 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals before coming to Baltimore, along with stints with San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions after he left us, told his current team, the Buffalo Bills, that he will hang up his cleats after 14 seasons, just after signing a 1-year deal worth $2.75 million with incentives just 2 weeks ago. And while city leaders such as Mayor Bernard Jack Young are assuring city residents that violent crime is trending downward, and Police Commissioner Harrison says that we are moving in the right direction, the city witnessed 15 people shot on Saturday alone, including a 2-year-old child. Of the 15 people shot, 3 were fatal, pushing the number of homicides in the city for 2019 to 270, on pace to far exceed the 300 murders once again. Meanwhile, while city officials have been reluctant on authorizing a crime-fighting surveillance plane program to help curb violent crime, which has been stubbornly high since 2015, it appears that the citizens of Baltimore are in favor of the Ohio-based Persistent Surveillance Systems program, which flew a single plane above the city as a part of a pilot program in 2016 before being shut down once city officials were made aware of the program happening right under their nose without their insight or approval. And while many of those on the council, as well as the mayor and the police commissioner, joined the position of the ACLU in being reluctant of the Big Brother type surveillance system, it appears that roughly 2/3 of the city residents generally support the program, according to a recent Hart Research poll conducted on behalf of Union Baptist Church senior pastor Dr. Alvin Hathaway, who paid the research group $40,000, obtained an Enable Foundation grant, in order to see where local residents stood on the controversial program. Of the 500 residents polled, 74% were supportive of the program to begin conducting aerial surveillance over the city in an effort to reduce crime, while 20% were opposed and 6% were undecided. Of those numbers, it appears as if the most supportive racial group in this group are African Americans, with 78% of blacks supporting the program compared to 67% of white respondents, while 57% of supporters strongly supported the program, while 12% strongly opposed it. And it appears that of those surveyed, 59% believe we should do whatever is necessary, within the law that is, to stop or prevent violent crime, while 60% of the group don't believe what the mayor and the police commissioner are selling, as they feel crime is going up and we are going in the wrong direction. Bob Emery, who heads the ABLE Foundation, which funded the poll, said that it's evident that this program should be at the very least tried, especially since it won't cost the city and the taxpayers a dime. Now, a friendly reminder that later today, the DMV Daily crew will showcase our Value My Vote 2020 series with a 5-hour series of interviews with candidates running for office all across the city of Baltimore. Beginning at 3:30 and stretching through 8 p.m. tonight, we will be interviewing 9 different candidates live on our Value My Vote 2020 Facebook page. This is your man, Mr. Politics, and this has been your Daily Dose for Monday, October 14th, 2019, and your weekend wrap-up. For all your daily doses and more on the articles that I have covered, simply go to www.dmvdaily.news.